Did you know there were 30 Qurans in 1924? I'm not talking about translations, I'm talking about versions. You could go to ChatGPT, even they'll tell you the truth about this. Type it in right now.
Okay. Abed Jahil! At least ChatGPT it yourself before telling the whole world to do it! If you've been following this channel, you know we've treated our boy Frank Turek with the utmost respect. It's our boy Frank Turek himself, the Christian Superman. Well, after all the uplifting we gave him, he releases this video against us. I will respond to this video, but as of right now, let's just say he is no longer Christian Superman. Before I continue with the video, please support the channel by subscribing. And if you want to ask me any questions, email me on dawah4america@gmail.com.
How bad do you think the rise of Islam is going to get in America?
I'm gonna be real honest with you. The rise of Islam in America isn't as bad as the rise of atheism, agnosticism, and secularism, which has pretty much castrated Christianity in the Western world.
This is a hate crime. Do you realize you guys are committing a hate crime right now?
I mean, seriously, I don't understand these people. I can almost guarantee you this guy personally has a family member who has left Christianity. This is the story of every Christian household in the West. Yet somehow, Islam is what scares them at night. Alhamdulillah. I know a revert brother whose deeply evangelical Christian family nearly disowned him, yet he has an openly homosexual cousin who they seem to have no problem with.
We have a First Amendment which says that you have freedom of religion, but that First Amendment does not give one group the freedom of religion to take away the freedom of religion from everybody else.
You're gonna burn in hell. You need to repent.
March in the infantry, ride on the cavalry, or shoot the artillery.
The governor designated the group as a foreign terrorist and transnational criminal organization.
I will stop the invasion and defend our Christian values.
Oh no, that's just a small group of far-right weirdos that we're in bed with. They're not real Christians. Okay. So I better hope I get a consistent standard from you.
Now, I always have to say this because it's true. Not all Muslims think this way, right? Many Muslims are for freedom of religion. But if you look at the top Muslim countries in the world, they don't really have religious freedom. You can't have a church in Saudi Arabia. You can't have one in Iran, not legally anyway.
Everything that guy just says, bullshit.
Oh wow! Look at this amazing piece of illegal Iranian church architecture. Hey, well, what are you all doing? Send the Iranian police right now! What are you even talking about? The only Muslims the First Amendment is binding to are Muslims in America. And they do a much better job following the First Amendment than your Christian Zion loving fools do. What does the First Amendment of America's Constitution have anything to do with Saudi Arabia, a theocratic monarchy? Why would a state follow America's Constitution? And why would you expect freedom of religion in a theocracy? That argument makes no sense. Vatican City also doesn't follow the First Amendment. It's the only Christian theocracy that exists today. I mean, I could make a stupid argument like that as well. Christianity is incompatible with Western values like equality of opportunity because they don't allow a lesbian atheist to become a minister of their church.
You look at the Quran and the history of Islam and the history of Muhammad, you don't find religious freedom.
So, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ in the 7th century should be following the First Amendment of the United States Constitution? You do realize not only does that make absolutely no sense, but the Bible utterly fails in the same ridiculous man-made test that you are employing on the Quran and Islam. The irony is off the charts here. Don't bring me Jesus said this and Jesus said that. The Jesus of Christianity has no authority over the people. He was kidnapped, worse than Maduro, and publicly executed according to you. Not really the perfect example of a head of state you're looking for. He has no practical statewide policy to offer you on how to deal with minorities. Many colonies in colonial America deemed Catholicism as illegal and even punishable by death in his name. And this is why the founding fathers said we need to keep the churches and the Bible out of the Constitution, only for Frank Turek here to invoke the same Constitution as some sort of gold standard of morality that his own religion is somehow immune from.
You find you either see it our way. If you don't, you're either going to be a second-class citizen or you are going to lose your life.
You know, America is a pretty backward and uncivilized country. They say you either see it our way, accept our laws and pay us a quarter of your income in taxes, or we take you to jail for not paying us, or you become second-class citizens on your own land because
they had a boat land there 500 years ago.
Or we round you up and permanently exile you or even unalive you if you broke no law. Yeah, sounds pretty bad to live in America when you rephrase everything in such stupid terms, right? Also, here's another thing. The First Amendment is great, but why is this the gold standard for you as a Christian preacher? Shouldn't the Bible be your standard? Am I refuting a Christian or some guy who believes in Western secularism? Anyway, the Constitution says you're allowed to do whatever you want, as long as you follow our laws. Our non-Christian secular laws that Frank Turek over here prefers over his own God's laws for some reason. Islamic Sharia says you're allowed to do whatever you want in your community, including rule by your own laws and judicial systems. You just gotta pay the jizya, a far lower amount than modern income taxes, for military protection and exemption from military service. You bring up Saudi Arabia. You literally have private gated communities in Saudi Arabia from the 90s and earlier, where for the most part, except for military, overpaid and unqualified Europeans and Americans live because some insecure Saudis put them on a pedestal.
White people know things about us. White people, wow, this is so crazy.
Saudi laws do not apply here. People live here no differently than they do in America. In fact, a number of these places wouldn't even allow Saudi citizens to enter. One of the few reverse racism scenarios in Saudi at the time. Those rules may have changed now, I don't know. Someone in the comments can tell us. But this is reality in Saudi Arabia, while you're crying about supposed Muslim towns in Texas that are in complete compliance with the Constitution, to the point where the Republican DOJ decided to drop the case. And look, I'm not here saying First Amendment bad, Saudi Arabia perfect. All I'm saying is present the facts accurately.
When Muslims gain a majority in any area, normally Sharia law is put into place, and the freedoms that we all enjoy go away.
I mean, we haven't been able to put proper Sharia in countries with 99% Muslims. I don't know how this guy thinks that a country with only 1% Muslims can somehow implement Sharia. But I figured math really isn't his strong suit when this is what he preaches for a living.
Jay Smith is a brilliant scholar. He's a Christian, but he's a scholar of Islam.
Yeah, and this guy was a moral, upstanding citizen.
Did you know there were 30 Qurans in 1924? I'm not talking about translations, I'm talking about versions. You could go to ChatGPT, even they'll tell you the truth about this. Type it in right now.
Okay. Abed Jahil, at least ChatGPT it yourself before telling the whole world to do it. If for any reason you are confused by the 30 Qurans argument by our good scholar over here, let me make it very simple for you. There are different Qira'at, or modes of recitation of the Quran. Go watch my video here from 2-minute 30-second mark to the 5-minute 10-second mark for more info. I'm not repeating all that here, but let me give you an easy example for you to follow. Remember our scene we used earlier? Let's say I'm in this courtroom recording what the guy said. There's no video footage of it, just eyewitness testimony.
Everything that guy just says, bull.
Looks about right, right? Let's say another guy records this.
Everything that guy just says, bull.
These two written recordings have slight differences, but by no means does it mean that there's two versions of the statement. There's no doubt on what the guy said. It's just a difference of whether you write out his Italian New York accent or not. In 1924, there was no widespread printed Quran since Qurans were mostly handwritten. The Egyptian government decided, let's select one recognized Qira'at for consistency of printing and education. It wasn't like a bunch of Muslims decided to sit down and invent a new Quran in some sort of massive cover-up. I mean, only a complete idiot would believe that, ain't I right? The remaining Qira'at still exist and are widely recited. You have many Muslims, even here in America, who have memorized the entire Quran and can recite in multiple Qira'at. But let's go back to our recording example. Imagine if the second guy instead recorded, "My dear sir, I solemnly do believe that whatever you may have heard from the other gentleman may be perceived as bollocks." Yeah, that's not the same thing at all, alright? That's clearly a different version. And there is no way these are both word-to-word eyewitness accounts. The second one is very clearly being manipulated when given the context of an Italian New Yorker screw-up lawyer and all that. That's what you have with the Bible, and much worse.
It's actually quite obvious that the disciples hadn't written these texts when one notes that they were written in Greek by educated Greek speakers. Keep in mind, most of them were fishermen and hard laborers in the countryside. By all accounts, peasants. Most scholars agree that none of the Gospels were written by eyewitnesses, and more likely to have been written by urban Christians.
This is really not the road you want to go down, my friend. Christians with even a little bit of integrity should maybe ask questions of their preachers. Why are you making such false statements out in public? Are they not researching the things they say? Or are they intentionally hiding the truth?
But he points out that the historical evidence for the Quran, the historical evidence for Muhammad, and the historical evidence for Mecca are extremely weak, that even many Muslim scholars are beginning to admit it.
Oh yeah, that part is true. I have a citation right here at the bottom. You know, I just give up. I really can't tell. Is this guy purposefully lying, or is he really just an incompetent, clueless individual who just parrots whatever he hears? Is he a liar or an idiot? This is the real Islamic dilemma we have with these apologists.
And the manuscript evidence for the Quran is extremely poor.
I think I've solved the dilemma, actually. They're lying idiots.
So we love Muslims, and we want them to know the truth.
Yeah, find it yourself first. And stop with your false love, man. Give that to your wife. If you truly love us, you wouldn't be lying about us in front of the world. You don't even love your own audience enough to tell them the truth. You definitely don't love Jesus by being so slimy and deceptive, all in his name.
But you're now working for the devil, and damn you and all your works.